If you try to take actions and control your environment, control your job situation, control the money, then more than likely you're actually just in a dream, in a dream, in a dream. You think you're waking up, but you're still dreaming. And wherever you are at right now, it's probably where the divine has meant for you to be. Can you surrender to your experience? That's the question. Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the channel Soul Awakening with Shantia. Welcome to another episode of the podcast with me. So in the previous episode, I talked about inheriting the kingdom of heaven as a king and queen. So what is that journey to becoming a king and queen of the kingdom? What comes with it? What comes with that territory? I go ahead and break it down into 5 parts. I also have a PDF that's available down below in the description box if you want to access that, so you can kind of have a visual for the shifts that we go through. And just know that when we're going through our healing journey, nothing is linear. Everything is like a spiral. So sometimes you might find yourself repeating other things and then going back to this and then that. And that is just the way healing is. I don't even know if it's a spiral. It's more like that, right? It's a wiggly line that goes all over the place. Okay. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Inception and Inception deception, and trying to understand whether we're truly awake. I guess I'll call this series Inception Deception, Breaking Free the Matrix, something like that. So the reason why I wanted to create this video is because I wanted to just help reassure people as you're waking up, what does waking up actually look like? How to know you're actually waking up? I mean, we're all dreaming up everything. So what is true truth anyways, right? But maybe this might resonate with you. You might feel aligned with this. Maybe this will give you some peace in your heart. I don't know. My goal is just to help assist you in some way. And that's because I feel like a lot of people create videos about spiritual awakening or the spiritual journey and waking up. And there's a lot of great information on the internet, all over the internet. That's great. Fantastic. And then there's also some videos where I feel like it is a bit of inception deception. So I also wanted to talk about this to solidify my own experience as well, just get grounded in my own experience and embrace that. Because I think I learned or acknowledged early on that it's kind of easy to get high on that crown chakra, to get high on these divine messages and insight, and to think to yourself, oh yes, I've become the all-knowing one. And we're sometimes missing that grounded part to the reality where we're here to be in our bodies and connect with this experience. And I love how Carolyn Mace, that's her name, Carolyn Mace always talks about how people feel like they need to go out into nature to feel connected to nature. And it's so funny because I did a photography series as well as a painting series where I captured like me. It was like a self-portrait series, but I was using my body. It wasn't about me. But I used my body and I did an overlay of nature combined with that. And it had this journey of like a spiritual awakening that it was connected to in that series. And then I had a painting series where I did people in nature. And I was trying to create this fusion of saying that we're one and the same, basically. And it's so weird that Carolyn Mace talked about that, because I was like, oh my gosh, I've always believed that. Even my guides, as I was healing and stuff, I was like, do I meditate all day? What do I do? And they're like, no, like you just face life and do what you need to do to be attuned to yourself. And I was like, oh, okay. So personally for me, yes, I like going in nature and being in nature, and it feels divine. It feels amazing. But I don't need to go to nature to feel connected to who I am and what I am, to know what I am. I always felt that we're living on freaking ginormous Mother Earth. We're living on her. Her aura is all around us. Everything that is created in this earth is of her. So how can we ever say that we are disconnected from nature when everything is nature? Including this computer and this camera I'm shooting on. Everything. So we need to rethink how we're seeing things and make sure we're not deceiving ourselves of thinking that This is what spirituality is versus this. And I think by the end of the day, it's really simple. It's not this complex experience or thing. It's just a natural thing. On my first YouTube channel, I used to have a mantra that said, this channel is dedicated to helping you live in a way that's most natural to you. So I have to say I'm quite on brand, aren't I? Natural. That's what healing is. That's what being a divine child is, inheriting the divine kingdom. It's the most natural thing you're born to do. What feels unnatural is when we feel like we need to try so hard to connect with Mother Earth to feel connected to Mother Earth, or feel like we need to accumulate a bunch of stuff in life to feel safe or secure or valued. Those are unnatural things. And the universe tries to re-educate you on the natural laws, because yes, you are born with pre-programming of the unnatural laws. And then you have to learn what the natural laws are. How do we feel connected? So going to my experience and my awakening process, one of the things I emphasized in the previous podcast video where I talked about non-resistance. You're not here to experience just like peace and everything's just great and grand all the time. Oh, it's just all great. Everything's just so peaceful all the time. You can't learn through that. You need muck. You need muddiness. You need war. You need conflict. You need contrast. When your life circumstances are difficult, that's a sign you're waking up. And what people do sometimes, often, frequently, what we all want to do, it's a very human response, is we want to run away. Well, let me just move away from my parents, or let me just like ship off into a different country, or go to India to feel connected to spirituality. You might feel connected to those places. You might feel called to do those things, but I'm telling you, a modern day awakening doesn't require any of that. And it won't, because you got the internet. The reason why people had to travel before is because they didn't have the internet. They had limited access to books. You didn't have access to those books or that information, but now we have all the information online. You don't have to travel to find God or to be validated in understanding what God is or divine. You don't have to be in a temple. You don't have to be in a temple. You are the living experience. You are the awakening. You are the divine. You can't separate yourself from it. Same thing with psychic abilities. You can't just not be psychic. We're all psychic. It's just some of us know it and some of us don't know it. All it takes is a little bit of curiosity to go down that rabbit hole and to wonder what the heck is going on in this world, and that's more than enough to show you what's going on. So as far as your awakening goes, when your circumstances are not looking so perfect and pretty and what you like, that is a great sign that you are in the midst of your initiation. And you are learning everything that you need to learn. The divine is with you all the time, showing you. And perhaps you've already asked this question, and that's why you're on this journey. You asked yourself, you asked the divine, you asked God. You prayed for it. You said, what does true happiness look like? Show me, teach me. I want to learn. And the divine was like, all right, we got you. Get ready for this bumpy ride. That's all that it required for you to go on this experience. To wake up. I want to wake up. I don't want to do this job all the time. I don't want to, what it also looks like, awakening. Or, when you're truly waking up from the matrix, you don't control the circumstance. You're not going around trying to make sure you live in a perfect circumstance where you're like, okay, this is what breaking free of the matrix is. I'm going to live off the grid. You might be called to live off the grid. That might be fun, but you don't need that to wake up. That's not going to make a difference. In fact, that could actually deceive you even more. If you try to take actions and control your environment, control your job situation, control the money, then more than likely you're actually just in a dream, in a dream, in a dream. You think you're waking up, but you're still dreaming. When we're truly waking up, we understand that everything is run by the divine, including you and your programming, including your desire to want to wake up, all divinely orchestrated. And what happens when you realize that everything is divinely orchestrated in this world? You're like, what the heck is the point? Why am I working so hard? And that's what they're going to say. Yeah, why are you working so hard? To like try to make this work or happen. That's not what we're trying to teach you. We're trying to teach you, don't work hard. Do less. Be more. We hear this over and over, and yet somehow we don't understand what that even means to be. To be you, wherever you're at in the world, living in the city, living in the suburbs, living in the country, living in the grass fields. You're here to be. And wherever you are at right now, it's probably where the divine has meant for you to be. Can you surrender to your experience? That's the question. Can you, are you willing to surrender to your current circumstances, no matter what? This is how you build your resilience. No matter how difficult and conflicting the environment or the circumstances, we surrender. No matter what. Because the universe says nothing's wrong with your circumstances. In fact, they meant for you to be here, doing this, living this, right now. They meant for this. They intended. It's on accident and on purpose. You're on accident. You're on purpose. Your parents were on accident. Your parents were on purpose. Your unhealthy relationships were... Did I say on accident, on purpose? I don't know what I'm saying. Your parents were on purpose. Your relationships are on purpose. Your kids are on purpose. Your job circumstances on purpose. Lots of money on purpose. No money on purpose. It's all on purpose. Because you are the purpose. You're here to witness the experience. I gotta do this and I gotta do that. No, you don't gotta do this. You don't gotta do that. You know, anything I do or I create, it's honestly a habitual impulse at this point that I built up. Like creating videos is an impulse that I built up. There's no resistance around it. Like I'm not thinking, do my guides want me to post this video? I don't even think about that. I don't ask my guides for whether I should post the video or not. I just post them because it's fun, because I want to. You know, it's not even, I don't know. I don't even think about it. And I think that's a lot of how our life experiences are. It's like, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to think about what your purpose is, who you're going to end up with, whether you're going to have enough money to the end of the month, if you're going to have a home or a roof over your head. You're going to have what you need. And sometimes it's just so hard to come to terms with the lack of what we want showing up in life. And we're like, what, God? Like, what? Really? What is this? What is this? Where is it? Where are you at? And God's like, I'm right here, whispering right next to your ear. And you're just like, oh my God. Okay. You're right there. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's not going to look the way that you want it to look. And in fact, it's never going to look the way that you want it. The way that you want it. Like, we're idealistic in our minds and our heads. And that's cool. That's cute. We have an imagination. But even better than that is you can imagine enjoying this moment. Free your mind. I'm hearing that song. Free your mind. Something like that. Maybe you should listen to that. I don't know what the song that is. I'll go ahead and post it on this video. Free your mind. Yeah, that's what your imagination is for. It's here to free your mind of limiting beliefs. At the high state of consciousness, there are no limiting beliefs. There is no plan. Ooh, that hurts. What's my plan, God? What's my plan? There is no plan for you to know. I'm sorry. It's hidden. It's secretive. It's a mystery. The plan is not for you to know. Yeah, there's a plan for your life. and it's written, but you got to live it. That's the way you get to predict your life, is to live it. Your impulse to create, to make. You got 140. Oh, I had 144 on the clock. Now it's 145. Too slow. Well, my computer says 144, so my other clock is 1 minute ahead, or 30 seconds ahead. Free your mind and understand that it's all God. It's all sacred. Struggle is sacred. Wherever you're at is sacred. That toilet is sacred. It's all divine. Okay. So when people say this is what awakening looks like, it doesn't look like anything. Okay. You see that guy walking across the street getting his mail? That's awakening. Okay. That's a Messiah. That's a divine teacher. You see that person helping you with your groceries? That's divine. That's the Messiah. It doesn't look like anything. Our eyes deceive us. Our eyes deceive us. And that's why it's Inception Deception, because our eyes deceive us. And actually, Carolyn Mace said that psychic energy or intuitive energy is not visual. She's right. Absolutely. You know, I kind of close my eyes to just sort of get an initial, like a start, just to like hone in on the energy. And then I feel the whole story, and then I feel a whole book coming. And I'm like, I could probably talk forever without even pulling cards, because I can just see a story, like the energy. I can feel it. I can feel it unfolding. And it's not like words. Like, I just think it and I know it. I know what they're trying to tell me. Inception Deception, guys. Watch out. This physical reality has nothing to do with what awakening looks like. It's an experience. You just know it in your heart. That's it. And you know it when someone talks about it, because they're always going to tell you it's BS. Like, they're always going to tell you, hey, don't look to this reality to be like, am I doing my work? Is God supporting me? It's like, if you don't know that at this point, that's what you're working on, okay? So don't beat yourself up for like, oh, I don't know if I trust it. If you don't trust, that's what you're here to work on, is the trust. As you move into higher states of consciousness, why do you know about trust? Because as things unfold in your life, grace will continuously show up. Because you've worked to that. The thing is, grace is always showing up. It's just we don't recognize it. And we have such a hard time dealing with karma. We have such a hard time understanding that we're here to go through obstacles. We're just like, I don't want to go through this. It sucks. And the divine is just like, yeah, it's supposed to suck. It's not supposed to be fun all the time. The suckiness is supposed to teach you to appreciate and to create a beautiful mind, beautiful world, a beautiful world in you, to realize it's there. You're not really creating it, you're just realizing it. And you're getting rid of all the muck that was blocking you from seeing it, from feeling it. How magical everything is all the time. No one can take it away from you. So whatever you think it's supposed to look like has nothing to do with what it actually is. So we're going to end it on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you next time I don't know when I'm posting this, so we probably have the Saturn Pisces video coming up soon. Recommend that you guys check that out. I'm going to have so much fun talking about Saturn and Pisces and that energy, and it's going to be crazy. Or calm or beautiful. I don't know. I'm just going to see whatever I pick up and whatever I'm energetically feeling called to talk about. That's usually how I follow. I just follow the energy, and that lets me know how to approach it. But we shall see. All right. Best of luck for you guys on your journey. I will see you next time for another episode of Soul Awakening with Shantia. Have a beautiful day or evening. Bye.